Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Danita and today we are going to be doing a full body mat Pilates workout. So we're going to start on the mat with our bridging. So you'll come all the way down to your back. And then once you're down on your back, you're going to bring your feet onto the floor separated about inner hips distance apart. Your arms can just be down by your side or you can bring them to rest on your pelvic bones. So we'll start here, we'll take an inhale. We're in a neutral spine, so there's a little gap between your low back and the mat. And we're going to close that gap with a pelvic tilt. So as you exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis without lifting your hips off of the mat. And then as you inhale, you're going to return back to your neutral spine. And I'll lift my arms so you can see that movement. Exhale, pelvic tilt. Inhale, back to a neutral spine. So we'll do that a couple times. Exhaling into your tilt. Inhale, back to neutral. Let's do that one more time. And then we'll come back to our neutral spine. Now we're going to go into our articulating bridge. So we'll start with that pelvic tilt, and then you'll continue to lift your tailbone, your low back, middle back, upper back, till you come just to the tips of your shoulders. Take another inhale at the top, and then we're going to melt back down. Back to your neutral spine, then we'll do that again. Imprint, and we're just lifting up one vertebrae at a time. And then we'll melt back down. Good, we'll do two more like that. Keeping the knees pointing up towards the ceiling and not towards one another. And then we'll come all the way down. And we'll take a little pause here. Now we're going to go into what's called a hinge bridge. So this time with a flat back, we're going to lift straight up to the ceiling. So we'll lift our hips straight up and then lower back down. We're just going to tap our tailbone and then lift. And then back down. We'll do three more here. So we exhale on the lift for the last two. Inhale down. Last one. Good, and then we'll come all the way down. We'll take a little pause. We're going to stick with the hinge bridge where we're going to add some pulses at the top. So again, you press your palms down into the mat. We're going to lift up into the high bridge, and then we're just going to pulse up one more inch for 3, 2, 1, and then we come back down. Good, we're going to do 3 more like that. We lift, pulse, 3, 2, 1, and then down. 2 more, lift, 3, 2, 1, and down. Last one like that, we lift, pulse for 3, 2, 1, and then we come all the way down. Good, once you're all the way down, we'll just reach our legs up to the ceiling, point and flex our toes to get a little stretch. You can pull in one knee and then the other. And then we'll go ahead and bring the feet back down onto the mat. So now we're going to go into our abs supine series. Supine meaning laying on your back. And we're going to start first by bringing our legs into tabletop position. So when you do that, your spine imprints into the mat again. And then we're going to draw the right knee into our chest, and you're just going to gently place your hands over that right shin. Once you're there, you're going to curl your head, neck, and chest up. We're going to hold the chest lift, extend the left leg out with our toes pointed, and then we're going to switch here. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and lower your feet down. Relax here for a second. Perfect. We'll come back into that tabletop position. This time you can point both legs straight up to the ceiling. We're going to curl the head, neck, and chest up. reach behind the right shin, lower the left leg down. We're going to pull it in twice. 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and relax here. Now we're going to interlace the fingers right behind the head, and we don't want to pull the head up. We want to actually lift with our abdominals. So once we're there, we're going to extend the legs back up to the ceiling again. Hold. We're going to lower and lift. And you only have to lower down a couple inches. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. We're just going to be here for 4 more. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Go ahead and relax here. Perfect. Now let's bring our legs into tabletop once again. And then we're going to reach both arms straight up to the ceiling. So legs in tabletop, both arms reaching, and we're just going to retract the shoulders down and back so they're pressing into the mat. Now we're going to extend our right leg towards the opposite direction as our left hand. So we're going to extend and reach. Bring it back to center. Good. Other side. Keep drawing your abs in as you extend. We want to try to keep that imprint of the spine. Okay, we're here for our last 6, 5, 4 more, 3, 2, and last 1. Great, go ahead and relax there. And then we're going to go into our leg circles. So for leg circles, we'll extend the left leg down to the floor. We really want to anchor the left hip into the mat as well. And then we're going to reach the right leg up to the ceiling. We're going to start by opening out to the right, circle the leg down and around. And we want to try to keep our pelvis stable. We're just going to do 4 in this direction. And then let's reverse. Good, so we're keeping that left hip down and anchored. Last 2. 1 more. Good, and then let's lower that right leg down. We're going to switch. We'll extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Toe pointed, we're going to open, keeping the right hip anchored. They don't have to be huge circles. Last one this direction, and then we're going to switch. So we reverse for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good, and then go ahead and relax your legs here. Now we're going to bring the feet back onto the mat for a moment. We're going to draw both legs into tabletop to start. So that should have brought your spine back into that imprinted position. And we'll reach both hands up to the ceiling. Palms will be facing towards your thighs. We're going to curl the head, neck, and chest up. Bring your palms to hover right over the mat. And then we're going to do little pumps of the arms here for our hundreds. So you're breathing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want to add a progression, you can add single leg extension or double. Keep breathing in, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and out, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're curling up from the upper abdominals. Last 10, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and relax all the way down. Once you're all the way down, we're just going to drop both knees to the right, turn your head to the left. You can extend your left arm out for that twist. And then let's go ahead and switch to the other side. Good, and then we'll come back to center. We're gonna go into some side body work. So we'll roll over to our left side. And we're gonna come up onto our left forearm. Make sure we have our hips stacked one over the other, and then our shoulders stacked. And we don't wanna relax in our rib cage. We actually wanna lift it. We call it like a little mouse house, so that we don't have our spine in that awkward position. So we're pressing into the forearm and then lifting. So we're gonna start with both legs extended. You can have a little bend in your lower leg, and then we're gonna start with lower and lift. So we're gonna flex the foot, and we're just gonna lift and lower. Try not to roll back into your right shoulder. We wanna keep it hips over, or hip stacked over hip. Let's be here for 5 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and pause there. Now we're gonna start with pointing the toe as we sweep the leg forward, flex it on the way back. And we wanna try to keep the leg lifted to hip height. Last 4 here. 3, 2, and last 1. Good, pause there. Make sure you're still pressing into that forearm, keeping the ribs lifted. We're gonna lift the leg up to hip height, and we're gonna do little circles forward with our toe pointed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we reverse it for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Go ahead and relax there. Now we're gonna take this top leg and bring it down onto the mat. And then your bottom leg's gonna be extended. So we're gonna lift that bottom leg just a couple inches off the floor and lower. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and relax there. Now let's go ahead and come up onto our quadruped, or all fours. So for all fours, we want to make sure that, let's turn this way. We want to make sure that our knees are under the hips, and then our wrists are right underneath our shoulders. So we'll start there. We're gonna take our left leg and extend it back. Your right toes can be flexed down onto the mat. And we're just gonna do lower and lift. So you're gonna squeeze your glute to lift. You wanna round your tailbone under so your back is nice and flat. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and relax there. Perfect. Now we're gonna do our leg extension. So we're gonna draw the knee in and extend. And we're still gonna keep the tailbone tucked under so our back is flat. Last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Good, go ahead and relax there. And then one last thing on this left side. So we're gonna go ahead and extend the left leg out, hold it there, and we're gonna do little mini push-ups. We're gonna bend the elbows and lift, keeping that left leg extended. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and bring your knees down. You can separate the knees, send your hips back. Give yourself a little stretch. And then let's do the same on the other side. So we'll reach the right leg out. We're going to start with that lower lift. Good. 6 more. Last 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Go ahead and relax there. You can bring that knee back under the hip. And remember, we don't want that arch in the low back. We want to keep that flat back. So now we're going to go into that leg extension. We'll draw the right knee in and extend. 5 more. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Good. Go ahead and send that knee back down to the mat. This time we're going to do those push-ups. We're going to do wide elbows. So before we send the elbows back, this time we're going to send them out wide. So we'll bring that right leg out into extension and hold it. Wide push-up here. Just 4. 2 more. Good. Last 1. Good. And then we'll just send the hips back before we do our side line on the opposite side. Perfect. And then let's come down onto this right side. So we're on our forearm here on the right side. Legs will be extended. And you can have a little bend in your bottom knee to give you a little more support. We'll start with our lower and lift. So make sure you have that lift in your side ribs. And we'll just lower and lift here. We want that foot to be flexed. And we're just going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last 1. Good. Go ahead and take a little pause there. Now we'll do those forward kicks. So we're going to point the toe to flex forward or flex it back. Pointing forward, flexing back. And we want it to be hip height. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last 1. Good. Go ahead and relax there. And then we'll finish up with our leg circles. So we'll lift that leg up to hip height, toe pointed, and we're going to do little circles forward. Just for 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then last exercise on this side, we're just going to bring that top leg down, and then we'll lift the bottom. And it's really a small movement. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then let's come on to our belly. So we're going to lie down prone. And we're just going to bring our arms to shoulder width distance. And you'll start with your head down. You want to point your toes and start to engage your glutes and your quads so that your feet are slightly lifted off of the floor. And then from here, we're going to lift the head, neck, and chest and hold. I want you to extend your arms. Inhale, pull them in, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, extend. Inhale, pull together. Last 4, 3, 2 more, and last 1. Good, and then go ahead and lower your head, neck, and chest all the way down. We still want to keep the glutes engaged, so you're going to point through the toe. We're going to go into our swan, so we're just going to lift the head, neck, and chest. If you lift all the way up into extension, you want to press your pelvis into the floor, relax your shoulders down from the ears. And then we'll inhale down. Exhale to lift. Inhale down. Let's do 2 more. Last 1. And then we'll inhale all the way down. Good, and then let's come up to seated. We'll finish up here with a little bit of spine movement. So we'll sit crisscross, or you can come into kneeling if that's more comfortable for you. So you can have crisscross or kneeling. And we're just gonna keep our right hand down on the floor. Left is out, extended with the palm, reaching up to the ceiling. You're just gonna reach up and over, lateral bend. And then we'll open to a T. Up and over, lateral bend. So we're just flexing our spine to the right. And then let's flex over to the right. We're gonna open the chest up to the ceiling. And then you can rotate down to the floor. And then let's open back out to center. We'll do the same on the other side. So left hand down on the floor, reach up and over, lateral bend on the right. We'll open up to the ceiling. And then rotation down to the floor. And then we'll open back up to the center. Let's finish up with some rotation of the spine. So we'll take the right hand, bring it on the outside of your left thigh, and just give yourself a little twist. And then we'll come back to the center. We'll take the left hand on the outside of your right thigh, and then twist. And then we'll come back to the center where we'll take another inhale, reach both arms up to the ceiling, a little bit of spine extension. And then down to your hips. And then you are all done with this workout. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you next time. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this workout, and give me any feedback of what you would like to see next.